mentioned the fake punt there. What went into the decision at that time in the game, and was that executed the way you wanted? Not the way you wanted?
Yeah, no, I mean, it was my decision. We had the look. We knew they were going to get into. They matched our personnel, meaning they put their fake or they put their punt return defense on there. We thought we could get 4 yards out there. Snapped it to one of the best running backs in the country, and ended up just getting a yard short. But we hadn't been able to sustain drives. The defensive time of possession had really been tilted, and I just felt like that was the time. I also felt like, if we could get a stop right there, we'd be no worse than a one-possession game. And again, we get a sack first down. We get second down screen stop. We give up a chunk yardage on third down, and then 4th and 8 they convert. So, and then down there on the goal line, 4th down they convert. So.
Stay over here with Eli. Coach, the offense after that first drive, it seemed like you guys weren't able to just run the ball as much as usual. What did you make of the play calling, just what the offense was and wasn't able to do after that first one?
Yeah, they got a good football team. We just didn't get it done today. Not going to assign blame to anybody other than the head football coach. It's my responsibility to get our team ready to go. We had ourselves a chance at the end of the game, so it's my responsibility.
Cody?
Yeah, how would you assess Bo's performance today?
Yeah, I mean, he gave us an opportunity. The 2 interceptions are on seam balls. I'm sure we all wish we had him back. So, but he did a nice job of escaping a lot of pressure. Never really got him into a rhythm throwing the ball. We got to do a better job of developing a rhythm throwing the ball. I mean, we ended up with 200 yards passing, but I think going into that down 10, we had like 68. So the stats are misleading there. We're going to have to be willing to throw the ball on first down.
Ben?
Obviously, you're kind of going uphill on that final drive without the timeouts, but can you just describe what you saw as your offense tried to make it, but unfortunately for your case, through the interception?
Yeah, I mean, 4th and 6, 110 in college football is an eternity. The timeouts weren't a factor. You got to keep getting completions, and we weren't able to keep getting completions. And he saw the right look to throw the seam. We just didn't have our eyes back in time and missed it.
Stay right here.
Eli, do you feel like particularly in the second half, did they do something to take the running game away, or did you feel like you guys just got away from it more?
I don't know. I'll have to watch it. I'm not going to make a judgment on that until I watch the game. It's a good question. It's a legit question. I don't know.
Bye.
Eli, obviously you played toe-to-toe with them, but the mistakes overrode everything. So what do you come away feeling about where the team is today? And I'm sure part of your message to them is still that everything's still in their grasp, but what are you coming away with overall?
Heartbreaking disappointment. I mean, we didn't come here to play them close. We came here to win. I'm not good with playing them close. It's bullcrap. We came here to win. We didn't get it done. So we're going to be disappointed, but we're going to learn our lessons and leave the event. We're not going to sit here and pout and make it more than it was. Learn the lesson, leave the event. We're disappointed. We had a good enough football team. We turned the ball over twice. We didn't get off the field on 4th downs and didn't stay on the field on 3rd downs. You're going to lose the game. So that's on me as a head football coach to get that stuff corrected. It's got to get corrected in practice. It's got to be executed better on Saturdays. And there's no feeling sorry for ourselves. No, man, we tried hard. That's a given.
Middle.
Coach, for Donovan to have made those plays down the stretch in the waning minutes, just how credible of a threat has he become for you guys as you hit the stretch run of the schedule?
Yeah, he's a good football player. Yeah, he's a good football player.
Yeah.
Eli, you talked about the last interception. Mm-hmm. The first one, was that just miscommunication on a route? I mean, it looked like Kevin didn't get his head around. Do you know what happened there?
We were throwing a seam. Once we clear, we got to get our eyes around. But, I'm not sure that's where the ball has to be put. And I'm not sure bottom line, it wasn't executed the way we wanted to execute it. And whether that's the wide receiver or the quarterback, at the end of the day, we can't turn the ball over. So.
Come back over here.
Eli, you mentioned it a couple times, but you guys were 1 of 10 on 3rd downs today. What was so difficult on those money downs?
Don't know. We knew they were going to play cover 2. They played cover 2. We didn't get it done.
Coach, what did you make of the targeting call on Marvin Burks there late in the first quarter?
I got no comments about officials, reviews, any of that stuff. None of it.
One or two more, we'll go back here. And
Coach, after you guys score there at the end of the game, what's the decision-making process through kicking it deep and playing defense, or going for the onside kick like you guys did?
Give yourself another opportunity to recover the ball. You know, there's no guarantees that you're going to stop them, even with the 3 timeouts. So, you know, if you kick it deep and don't stop them, you're kicking yourself on why you didn't at least give yourself a chance to recover it. It's a 3-point game, and you have to stop them. So whether you stop them at the 45 or whether you stop them at the 20, it was really insignificant, because with the 3 timeouts, you were going to get the ball back with about a minute 20. And again, minute 20, you know, you need about a second for every yard that you're trying to travel. So we were fine.
finish up right there.
You mentioned on the interception as far as Kevin, it seemed like they just weren't on the same page. What do you attribute that to, and how do you fix it?
More reps, more reps, more reps, more reps, better execution, more time on third downs, and get on the same page. You know, we lost, but all is not lost. You know, I mean, that's the realities of college football. We lost today. We went toe-to-toe with them. A lot of things that we can get better at. Didn't have our A game today, and got to go back and find it.
All right, Coach. Thank you.
Yep. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Start with Connor. Questions?
Hey Connor, what's the mood in the locker room right now?
Oh, there's definitely disappointment. You know, you work all week to win, and then you come up a little bit short. There's definitely disappointment, but it's good. You know, it means people care. You know, if people just didn't care, I'd be more worried.
Connor, in your eyes, just what is it that made the difference late in this one between them and you guys?
1 for 10 on third down, wherever that's at. You know, not being able to stay on the field. You know, that's where you see time of possession come in the field. But like, yeah, just not being able to stay on the field. You know, puts it tough for our defense, and then just, you know, 1 for 10 ain't very good. So.
Was it something they were doing on those third downs, or why is it that you guys think you weren't able to sustain drives?
You know, I think you guys stay on schedule. It comes to offense. 3rd and 2 is a lot easier than 3rd and 9. So, you know, staying on schedule, being better on first and second down, and then just, no, I don't think it was anything in particular. You know, I think more just self-inflicted.
The run game seemed to kind of struggle to get a foothold in the game, kind of turned away from it in the second half there. What were you kind of seeing on that front that was maybe a struggle?
We averaged 5.8 yards per carry. I don't think we had a bad run game today.
The back.
Right back here. What did that first scoring drive do for you guys to know that you're good enough to stand up with them and you can make plays?
I think, you know, we preach start fast. You know, all week, you know, preach start fast. You know, hit them in the mouth. So I think that's something good we can work off of. You know, we start fast, and you know, we were finishing. We just got to put it together, put the middle part together.
Any more questions? Thanks, Connor. Jalen Carmel, whenever you're ready for questions.
Dalen, just what kind of challenges did you see Alabama present when they dropped back and passed the ball?
I feel like today, we did a pretty good job against the pass. He had 200 passing yards. That's his season low. But, I mean, he made big time plays when they needed him. He's a real good player, and like that 4th down he converted on a run, that's just a great ball. Great players make great plays, and he made a play for his team, helped him win the game. But overall, I feel like we did pretty decent against the pass.
Against an offense like that, how much do those penalties that extend drives like the first one you guys had, just how much does that hurt?
Yeah, that hurts a lot. The first 2 drives were penalty-driven drives. So, I mean, spotting the team 14 points, really off giving them a lot of yards off penalties is never really going to end well. So we definitely got to clean up the penalties.
After those first 2 drives, you guys seemed to settle in and play pretty well defensively. Were there any adjustments that you guys made after the first couple drives? Or?
Nah, it was just we just wasn't giving them free yards with penalties, and I feel like that was the difference. You know what I'm saying? So we just got to stop having silly penalties and playing clean football, and we'll be all right.
Dalen, obviously it's a little bit of a different perspective from you in the secondary, but how important is it to pressure a quarterback like Ty Simpson, who's so accurate in delivering some tight windows?
Yeah, it was definitely important to give pressure and people in his face. You never want to give a good quarterback like that a lot of time just to pick apart a defense. So getting pressure in his face was definitely a big thing, and I feel like when we did, we were good. When we didn't, you know.
Dalen, Alabama has obviously a talented stable of backs, but you still held those guys to just 3 yards or so per carry. What can you take about the discipline in the running lanes today to carry over to next week?
Yeah, we've been a good run defense all year. We got a lot of good guys up front, and then you got the great linebacker group that we got. They're real good against the run. So that's our identity, is stopping the run. We always say stop the run and have some fun. So the plan is to keep stopping the run. That's going to help us win ball games going forward.
Dalen, they converted a couple big 4th downs and went 3 for 3 today. Why was it so difficult to get them off the field on those downs?
I remember 2 of them, the touchdown, I think there was just a miscommunication. I'm not really sure. We have to go back and watch the film. I think it was a miscommunication. And then the 4th down before that, like I said, just a great player making a great play. That was a real good ball, real good catch. I mean, yeah.
Dalen, how do you expect this team to respond to this loss?
We're gonna bounce back for sure. We're gonna have a good week of prep and move on. We're gonna be sad or whatever about it today. Then tomorrow we're gonna get ready for our next opponent and have a good week of prep.
Last question here, Cal. Yeah, Dylan, can you just take us through what is the scene in the locker room right now? What does it look like in there?
I mean, obviously everybody's disappointed that we lost. So I mean, a lot of disappointment, definitely very quiet, people thinking about what they probably could have did better or different plays that could have went different ways. So a lot of disappointment in the locker room, but we'll move past it and get ready for next week.
Just a quick follow-up. What is it going to take to capitalize on an opportunity like this that you had today in future games?
Yeah, learn from it. I feel like this is by far the best team we've played this year, so a lot of things to learn from, and it's a good team. We're going to fell short, but we're going to bounce back for sure. We're going to have a good week of prep and bounce back next week.
Thanks, Dale.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll have one more. So